Okay, so as we said, this is How to Save a World. So this is a competitive game for up to 4 players. At the end of the game, no matter what, we are going to save the world. However, what we're doing is trying to determine which of the 3 projects are going to be the project that ultimately saves the world and all of its inhabitants. So we have a laser that is going to fire a shot at the asteroid over here to destroy it, making it not destroy the entire world. We have a shield that we're going to put up to block the asteroid from being able to actually hit the world. Or our last attempt at trying to save the world is going to be the escape plan. Simply leave the planet and let the planet be destroyed. So no matter what, again, at the end of the game, we are going to have one of those be the winning project, and that particular project is going to score the most points. So throughout the game, we are going to be competing to have priority on these different tracks by taking different actions and moving up along all 3 of the project tracks. You'll see that once you get to certain spaces on each of the project tracks, they're going to be worth a certain amount of victory points. And then if you look on this board here, bring it over to the close-up here. On this board here, this is going to keep track of the 3 different projects and their progress to being the what they call pivotal project. And the pivotal project is going to score this amount of victory points, and the other 2 projects are going to score this amount of victory points for the players who are in 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place. So if you are 4th on any of these projects, no matter whether it is the pivotal or non-pivotal, you are not going to earn any victory points for that aspect of the game. There will be victory points that we earn throughout the game, but the core amount of points that you're going to get are from the end of the game, which is going to be from the pivotal project and the other 2 projects. So how we're going to be doing that is we're going to be taking turns one at a time over a set of multitude of rounds. We're going to be taking a single action on each of our turns. You have 3 choices for your action. You can either use a worker placement spot, which is going to be in one of these 2 areas. You'll see here that we've got 2 different workers of each character or each player's color on the world currently, and 1 worker on the moon for each player color. These are 2 different and unique worker placement zones with worker placement spaces surrounding each of the planetary bodies, I guess is the correct term for that probably. Workers who are in this location will only be able to do worker placement in this particular region here. Workers who are up in the moon can only do these worker placement areas up here, and as we progress through the game, more worker placement spots on the moon will appear. So one of your optional actions on your turn is going to be to select one of your workers, place it on a worker at placement spot, and carry out the action that's printed on the spot itself. We'll go over those in a few minutes.
So those are 2 spots?
Correct. These are 2 different spots. They are similar in nature, which is why they're grouped together here.
Okay.
So it is the space and the unique space that is blocking, like most worker placement games. So once I am here, you are not able to go there, but you can come to this bottom one here.
Yep.
Is it the same story with these 2?
That is correct. Yep. Anytime that you see an infinity symbol, which is typically going to be the round spaces, any number of players can go there. Those aren't blocked. So if I was already here, for example, Juan, you would also be able to go there. So that's one of the 3 possible actions that you can do on your turn. Another action that you can do is take the express shuttle. So let's say you're done with doing actions down here on the world and you need another worker up here on the moon, but previous round you weren't able to do that. You can spend one of your batteries, which is going to be on your player board. I'll go over all the resources here in a minute.
So all resources are just tracked via tracks?
Correct. All resources are tracked on your own player board and are all kept track on your own personal player board. There are 5 different resources in the game. You can spend 1 battery to take the express shuttle, which will take one of your workers either from the planet to the moon or from the moon to the planet. That will consist of your entire turn by doing so. You will take turns in a round until you either cannot or do not want to anymore, at which point you will pass. Once all of us have passed, that ends a round and we'll proceed to the round cleanup phase. So again, we've got 3 actions that you can take on your turn. 1 is doing a worker placement. 2 is taking the express shuttle. 3 is going to be playing with these cards in your hand. So we have 3 different color of cards. The yellow is the one that we're going to focus on right now. This is going to be your action cards. So these action cards, let me grab a different one here just to use as an example. These yellow cards are going to be action cards. You will play them on your turn. Let's see how the glare is on that.
There's about a 20-second delay. So
that's fine. Okay, so that should be good.
Good.
So these cards are going to be an action that you can play. If you look at the top of your yellow card, the top of the text box at the bottom of your card, so dead center of your card, playing a action card is typically going to cost you 1 battery. Once you pay the 1 battery, you'll lay the card face down in front of you and then resolve the action. So in this particular case, I'm going to gain 1 of the yellow resource, which I think is intellect. I'm just going to call it brain because that's what the symbol is on it.
Perfect.
And then you're going to also gain an additional brain per token or tag that you have. The tags are tracked in the lower right-hand corner of your player board. That is going to be this area here. None of us start with tags. There are 3 different types of tags, and I'll go over how you get them and why you would want to use them later on. But this is basically one of those benefits. For the more tags that you have, the more of the brains that you're going to get for this particular card. So each of us starts with a single action card. So we will be able to play that as our turn during one of our turns in the round to perform a particular action. I will state that the starting action cards are all going to favor one of the different tracks and allow you to basically progress on one of the 3 project tracks.
Oh, so we were all given random ones?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. Everybody is starting with a random starting action card and I'm going to call it a reaction card. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with remembering
Boost.
actual specific. Yes, boost. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Did it say that somewhere?
It
On
does.
the very top of the card.
Fantastic.
I'm sure the
Look at you go.
green one probably.
Okay, so do we have any questions on how we're going to perform actions on our turn or what we're going to do on our turn?
You said we place them face down? We don't discard them or anything?
No, you're not going to discard them. So these 2 cards currently are your hand. You will play them, so you'll only be able to use each card once per round. You can use all of the cards that you have once per round or none of the cards once per round. It is entirely your choice.
Okay.
Your turn will consist of 1 worker placement or the express shuttle or playing one of the yellow cards.
Okay.
All right. Let's go over next here. Let's go ahead and just continue down the card path. So the next color card that we'll go over are the boost cards that we were talking about earlier. So these are the blue-backed cards. Perfect.
Yep.
So these cards are going to be, I like to call them reaction cards because that's typically what you're going to do. So each one, let me grab another random one here. Each one is going to have some sort of condition at the top of the text box at the bottom. So in this case, you'll see that this symbol matches the one that's in the center of the table, which is the express shuttle. So that is the pathway between the world and the moon. So this card is stating that when you take the express shuttle, you can play this card immediately, it does not count as an action, to go up 2 on the gear track. So that's again on your player board, that's going to be one of your resources. So that's why I like to call them reaction cards there, because they're always going to tell you some sort of condition that needs to occur for you to be able to play the card. Again, it doesn't count as an action, so it does not consume your turn. It is played alongside your turn. So that's how the blue cards work. And last color of card that we have to go over, which you guys do not have yet, but you will be getting one before we start the game, is going to be the green cards. These are the animal cards. These are going to be end game victory points. So you'll see that these are going to have a victory point at the top of the text box, and you're going to get that many victory points per whatever it says down at the bottom of the text. So we'll go over each of the things that will show up on these cards, but obviously if you have any questions as we go ahead and raise those. Okay, so that is the 3 cards. I will point out in the center of the table here that we do have a market of cards. You will be able to buy cards. They are ordered by row, so we have our yellows, our blues, and our greens. You'll see that in the bottom of the text box as well as the backs of the card.
A little bit of a delay on my... There, now we're back on the...
Okay. So the cards can be purchased in any order. They have no varying cost. The cost is going to be described on the backs of the cards. So on the backs of the cards, you'll see a particular resource based off of the color, and then the number of cards that exist in your hand. Your hand includes cards currently in your hand and currently face up on the table. So basically it is the total number of cards that you own. You will never spend a card unless there is some sort of discard ability, at which point it will literally leave the game. But when you play cards, you're not getting rid of them when you play them. They will come back up into your hand at the end of the round. So when you're talking about buying a card, it's going to cost you... Actually, let me double check that I don't get this one particular piece wrong.
Okay. So it looks like we're freezing a little bit right there. Okay, we're back good now.
Yes. Okay. So you're going to pay the resource type based off the color of the card, and it's for the total number of cards that you have in your hand. So for example, over here, if this was my hand, if I were to buy a blue card, I would have to pay 3 of the blue resource because the blue cards cost blue resources, and I have a total of 3 cards in my hand.
Yeah.
Same goes for yellow, except I'm paying the yellow resource, and green is the green resource. So the cost is going to stay the same and also increase by 1 every time you buy a card. So in this scenario, the first card I would buy would cost me 4 of whatever color card I'm buying. The next card would cost me 4. Did I just
You said 4 and 4.
3,
Yeah,
yes,
you meant,
sorry.
you misspoke.
I meant
3
3
and
and then 4.
Yep.
Yes. I was like, that sounded weird to me. I hope it sounded weird for everybody else. You can buy multiple cards in a particular turn, provided your action allows you to, and provided you can afford it so.
Right.
All right, so we've been talking about resources a lot here, so let's go ahead and move over to the player board here. And we'll go ahead and talk about the resources and how they're going to be tracked. Want it down a little bit further?
This way. Towards
Oh,
me.
I see.
That was me. Got it. Perfect. Yep.
So on the left-hand side of your board is where we're going to track resources. We have batteries, we have brains, we have gemstones or crystals, we've got biomatter, and then we have gears. The first 4 are individual resources. The last one is a wild. It can be used as any of the other 4 resources. Let me double check. Sorry, I think any of the 4. Let me double check. It's not just the central 3. Yes, any of the 4.
Okay.
These are going to, the cylinders are going to track how many of that resource you have currently. The black bar is basically your income tracker. At the end of the round, during the cleanup phase, if your cylinder is below your little black bar, you will automatically raise your cylinder back up to the black bar.
Got it.
So you'll get that at the end of the round, so don't be afraid to spend. You're fine.
Jimmy, you see that little flange look right above your head, the light? See
The
the
flag
bottom
light.
one? Can you just move it up a little bit? Yeah, you're going to have to do that.
So say the refill part again. So if you have to
Yes.
refill, to go right up until the right until you hit the top of it.
Correct. Yep, and that's going to happen at the end of every round.
Okay.
Maybe a little more. Good. Let's see if that helps the glare, because we just have a huge glare
I
in here.
see.
I'm trying to figure out where
Sure.
it's from, and it might not have fixed it, but hopefully it'll be better.
And so because it is income as well, if your cylinder is above that, so let's go ahead and say my green is up here.
better.
At the end of the round, nothing happens with my green track because I'm already above my income. If I was down here on 1, however, at the end of the round during the cleanup, it's going to raise back up to 3 here. So that is going to be one of the fastest ways for you to get resources. So I will say that I have found in the few games that I've played this so far, increasing your income early is very beneficial towards the late game. Reset some of this stuff here before I forget what I've done and what I haven't. All right, so we've done cards, we've done resources, we've done the market. Let's go ahead and do... All right, we will go ahead and go over the pivotal tracks in a little bit more detail. So again, as a reminder, the pink track is the laser, the blue track is the shield, and the green track is literally just the escape route. These are going to be tracked on this board, and these are going to progress by random bag draw. Every time somebody goes up on each of these different tracks by one, a cube of that color will be added to the bag. This is going to be the probability of each of these three projects becoming the pivotal project. The more blue cubes there are in the bag, the bigger the chance that blue is going to be the pivotal project. At the end... Okay.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, it's random at the end?
Somewhat.
Well, I was going to say, the more you invest in the project,
There's
the
still
higher the odds of it
sure,
being approved.
Like, have you ever played
But
Clank?
yes.
Have you played
It is
Clank?
very
Long
similar.
time ago.
It's very Clank-esque, I think.
Oh
Yep.
my god.
So as we play, at the end of each round, the asteroid is going to automatically move forward and work its way towards crashing into the world. And we're going to draw a number of cubes out of the bag based off of whatever this token is at. Each round it ticks up by 1. The minimum is 3. The maximum ends up being 8 cubes pulled out of the bag at the end of every round.
Are those tokens basically our counters?
Yes.
Okay. Are counting down to...
Also no.
Oh.
So, there are the end of the game is triggered by these icons that you see here. So the asteroid will dictate when the end of the game occurs. If we heavily invest in pink, and at the end of every round we're continually drawing pink cubes, each time a colored cube gets drawn, it gets added to this board here. If that pink track reaches this symbol, that triggers the end of the game, we finish the round, and then we score the pivotal project, which is a whole random thing. We'll go over that when we get there. I don't think it makes any sense to go over it now.
So just to make sure I'm understanding,
Absolutely.
right? So let's say, if I've seen the most of you guys investing heavily in green, let's say, we want to get a shuttle out of here. Let's say if I've been investing in other projects, but I'm seeing green starting to pile up, I should probably start putting some of my effort toward green, correct?
Correct.
Because at that, the odds of it being the pivotal project are getting higher.
Correct.
Okay.
I will point out, however, there is an inherent probability between these as well. Pink is always the most likely to be the pivotal project. Blue is second most. Green is the most difficult to have be the pivotal project.
Interesting.
The reason for that is at the end of the game, we're going to be drawing 10 tokens at a time out of this bag, and there are asteroids in the bag as well. At the end of the game and the end of the game only, while we're drawing those 10 tokens, both colors and asteroids get filled into the project that we're doing first. We always start with pink. If pink does not reach this square, any any asteroids specifically that ended up here are going to come down to the blue track and add towards that. Then we pull 10 from this and start filling it. If it doesn't reach here, green is by default the pivotal project.
Interesting.
So pink has the highest probability always, then blue, then green. We manipulate that based off of what we invest in.
So we're going green, right?
So every time that you move up on this track, we're going to get additional benefits as well. You'll see tokens here at the end of the row for each of the pivotal projects. That's going to show you what you get for each space that you move forward on the track. With that said, if you move up multiple times on a track within one turn, you only get that once. So it's important to try to get as high as you can, as fast as you can on all of the projects, but separating them out between multiple turns can get you additional benefits, because if I moved up 3 spaces in one turn, I would only get this once.
Roger.
This particular symbol is getting this type of tag. That is one of the few ways that you can earn tags. When you get this tag, it's just going to slot down in here on its active side. Its deactivated side is going to be a darker color. Again, I will touch on tags a little bit later. They are probably one of the more complicated ways of playing. The next one is going to be a free research action. So you will get to research a... Check that I am correct in here. Yes, you will get a free level 0 upgrade. Jerry, I know you just stood up, but when you have a second, if you can bring me over back to the close-up cam.
Yep. Oh, I put it up here and make it easy.
On the upper right-hand corner of your player board, this is your research area. There are 3 different sections of research upgrades. The very top right has the little microscope. That's the word I'm looking for. These ones are your, what I'm calling level 0 upgrades. These are pay a number of brains, move your resource, your income tracker up on the corresponding color. So this is the way that you increase your resources at the beginning of each round. That's going to make your income tracker go up. Okay. So on the blue track, every time you move up to start, you're going to get one of those level 0 upgrades for free. So you choose any one of those, you get that for free. Make sense? All right. So while we're on this symbol and this side of the board, we'll explain the other 2 as well. This is your Tech 1 upgrades over here where it says 1 on a little computer chip. And then these are your Tech 2 upgrades. The Tech 1s are going to be ongoing benefits. So after you pay the 2 brains for any one of these slots, you're going to take one of your little cubes and you're going to place that over there to remind yourself that you have unlocked that ongoing ability. So because we've already talked about the express route, the first one is quite easy. You're going to be able to immediately act after you take the express shuttle. So as I explained earlier, after you spend a battery to move a worker from the world to the moon, that would be your entire turn. That Tech 1 upgrade, the first one in the first slot, doesn't make that so. You would be able to take the express route and immediately place your worker onto a space, taking your turn that way. Okay, so the next one is it's going to cost, you can pay any type of resource to go on the express shuttle instead of just the battery. The next one is going to be, at any time, you can use 2 of any type of resource for 1. You can spend 2 of any type of resource to gain 1 of any other resource. The next one is going to go over tags again, so that's going to take the little atom, nucleum, forget my sciencey terms here, tags as any of the 3 types of tags. Typically the tags, very much like the resources, will only be able to be used in specific scenarios. That one turns your nucleum ones into wilds, basically. And then the last one in that space is pay 1 resource less when you buy a card. So normally it is pay the number of resources and the color equal to the number of cards you already own. This gives you a discount. And you can discount it by up to 3.
And these are permanent?
Correct. Once you pay for them, you have them for the rest of the game. Your Tech 2 upgrades are going to be entirely based on scoring, both end game and during game. So the first column is if you perform this action at least once on your turn. So every time you either move up on the laser track, every time you move up on the shield track, every time you move up on the escape route track, you will gain a victory point. The last one is every time you would buy a card, you would gain a victory point. I will point out and clarify, because I think I worded that weird, it is once per turn. If you did X action on your turn, no matter how many times you did it, you get 1 victory point.
Yep. Yeah.
Remind me again how we get to do these. Is it we have to have a card that has that?
No worries. Yep, I had not gone over that, so that was my fault.
Oh, okay.
If you want to go back to the center of the board here real quick.
Thank you.
So anytime you see this, the microscope symbol, that's going to be an upgrade. Okay?
That makes sense.
It is an upgrade of your choice. The only reason that the 0 has the magnifying glass is to signify that this is the section of your player board that you need to look at. And for the blue track to start, the significance of the magnifying glass there is you only get these upgrade types for free when you move up in the blue track. You'll see that as we progress, it will give you different types of upgrades in the future.
Okay.
And the last one here on the green track, every time you move up 1 space on the green track during your turn, you're going to increase a resource tracker of the income marker on one of your resource trackers of your choice. It cannot be wild. Anytime you see this 4-colored symbol here, here, I'll switch over to the... It's tiny, so I'll try and get it close.
Yep, that's perfect.
Cool. Anytime you see that symbol there, it is the first 4 that are on your resource track. It does not count for the wild.
That makes sense.
Okay, so then other symbols that we have on the progress tracks. This one is going to advance us to the next token. So when the first person reaches that space, they will resolve their turn as normal. Then at the end of their turn, they will take this one away, and this will now be the benefit for everyone going across this track. So these are first come, first serve. As soon as somebody gets to these symbols, we're going to tick to the next chip.
Got it.
And the next benefit.
So, remind me, if you move any spaces up this track, you get whatever's here.
Correct.
Whatever is visible.
But
Yes.
what happens when you hit the if you hit the arrow instead of getting it, it
Now
just
it's a new one.
Nope, you still get it at the end of your turn.
wait.
That
Okay.
just triggers this to go away.
So the new reward.
Oh,
sheet,
that's
it'll
right.
go
This is a
correct.
reward. You're not actually grabbing this.
No, that is correct.
This is just telling you. Okay, that
Great
makes
clarification.
sense.
Yes,
Okay.
you are just getting what's the symbol that's printed
what
on
it says.
Correct.
Yeah.
You are
Okay.
not getting
Okay.
the
So the
token itself.
reward will change, but okay. I got
Yep. And you'll get the current reward before we go to the next one. So your next turn, you'd be able to earn the new reward.
it. Roger.
Let me double check. Some things are once per turn, some things are not, and I get them confused. Project. Only once, yes. So again, if you move up 3 spaces, you're only getting this benefit once. All right. You're going to move up on this project track basically every time you see this symbol here. So any one of the 3 project track symbols, that is what that's telling you to do. I go here, I move up on the pink track. However, you don't get to do that for free. Hidden underneath all my little tokens here, the pink track is always going to cost you batteries to move up on spaces, and the cost increases as you go.
Oh.
The blue track is always going to cost you gems, and the green is always going to be biomatter. Whatever section you are moving into is what the cost is going to be. So if I were to move 2 spaces on yellow, on pink, I am yellow,
Could be 1.
it's going to cost you two because I moved 2 spaces,
Ah.
1 per. If I were to move 2 again in the future, it would cost me 3. 1 for this space, 2
2.
for this space.
That I get. I understand.
So each of the tracks is associated with one of the 3 resources that's in the middle of your tracker there. You move up on the spaces every time you see that particular project's track, but you have to pay for it. This is not a free movement. That is the only way that you get to move up. If you look at your action card will have one of those on it. So that is going to play a little bit into your strategy. That is the easier track for you to move up on because you've always got a way to do it. Remember, worker placement spots get blocked.
Oh,
Nobody
okay.
blocks you from this. So it incentivizes you to work on that project.
Okay.
All right, let's go ahead and go over the worker placement spots because that'll lead us nicely into tags. So we already went over some. These guys here, again, are going to let you go up on the pivotal project tracks. We've got our pink, we've got our blue, and we've got our green. But let's go deeper. This one here, the first one, is going to let you move up 1 space on the pink track. So you would pay whatever the current cost is for the space you're going into of batteries and move up 1 space on the track.
So you have
This-
to take the action.
Correct.
And
And
still pay. Okay.
Yes. The one below it is a variable. So this is going to let you move up on the pink track per number of moon tokens, moon tags that you spend.
Okay.
Sorry, Jerry, do you mind going? I catch you every time you stand up. Can you go to the close-up when you have a second?
I'm trying to get you.
You're totally. I keep moving around too. It's probably not helping.
To the right, so I'm just gonna try to make it a little bit. I'm just gonna try to make it a little bit bigger. So.
Okay.
You want me to help you out?
So that hopefully you'll stay in. We'll see.
Which way do I need to go?
I don't know. Probably
That's
towards.
fine.
Yeah,
I can go
that
down,
way.
right?
Yep, that's good.
Cool. All right.
And you want
close-up cam,
close
please.
up? Yep. You're on.
So again, the tags are going to slot into these spaces down here. And you will see we have 3 different types of tags. We have our world tags. We have, I'm just going to start calling them science tags.
That's perfect.
And then you have our moon tags. Should feel pretty thematic there. Your moon tags are going to be beneficial for worker placement spots on the moon. Your world tags are going to be beneficial for worker placement spots on the world. So going back to the main board, if you would, Jerry. This worker placement space is going to allow you to go up 1 on the pink track per moon token that you want to spend.
Can you refresh them?
You will refresh them at the end of every round.
Okay.
There may be actions and reactions that let you do that as well. I
Right.
don't know all the cards yet.
And on a round, is it we all get 1 action each?
A round is everybody plays actions in turn order until everybody passes. You'll be doing a lot each round.
Okay, thank you.
You do not have to spend all of the tags that you have to take the maximum amount of actions on a worker placement spot. It is entirely your choice. Which will lead me back to our wonderful cards here. On the blue and the green cards, you will see that the blue and the green cards will have tags on them. You will be able to spend blue and green tags on your turn, blue and green cards on your turn to take advantage of their tags. So using that pink worker placement space that has do pink movement equal to the number of moon tags, I could spend this blue card to get myself 2 actions at this space.
Instead of doing that.
Instead of doing this bottom portion.
Got it.
So the tags are printed in the upper left-hand corner of the card, and they're on blue and green cards only. The green cards will tend to have 3, the blue cards will tend to have 2. That is not a hard, always true rule.
Okay.
All right. Are we going back to the main board here for me?
Yep.
So again, pink action. Pink action per moon token. Blue movement. Blue movement per moon token. Research 3 times. It is going to cost you whatever you want to pay in brains. Again, that's the upper right-hand corner of your player board. And then this one here is going to be 3 upgrade actions. So you can do any of them. It is not just this section when you come here. When you come to these 2 spots, it is this entire section. Whatever you can afford and want to pay for.
So let's say if I go here, I can do up to research up to 3 times.
Provided you can
afford them. And that would be the cost printed here. And I would just put a cube on it?
Yes.
Yeah, so if you had 6 brains, you could put one like here.
On the first 3 there.
And here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think for the...
And this symbol,
Yes.
the multicolored symbol, that's any resource minus?
Any resource except wild. Yes, so minus is you're going to spend any resource to take the express shuttle rather than just batteries. Yep.
Roger.
So it makes it a little bit more friendly to use the express shuttle. It is research. Okay, cool. In this conduct research worker placement spaces, both of them, you'll see you can spend your science tags as brains. So again, I have an example over here of 3 science tags.
And by spending, we just
you just flip them over.
right?
Correct.
That's spending.
So they'll have an active side and an inactive side.
So however
As
many
you
we
spend
have down here is how many we have available to us for the whole round.
Correct.
Because the only time you can flip them is at the end of the round.
To my knowledge.
Okay.
Again, there may be cards,
or something.
but that's going to be the only other way that you'd be able to.
Thank you.
Yep.
But once you have them, they can be reused.
Correct. Once you have the tags, they are locked into your board. They stay there.
Cool.
What were the ways to gain them again?
Primarily going to be the pink track.
Gotcha.
So you'll see we'll start with science tags, then we'll go to world tags, then we'll go to any tag of your choice. Cards will be
So there's
another
not
way
a
that you can
ton
enter.
of tags available.
There is not.
Oh,
Tags
okay.
tags are relatively difficult to get.
Tags.
Okay.
All right. So the last worker placement spot that we have up here is take the lead. That means you steal the first player token from me, and you'll be first player starting at the next round. At the time that you move your worker here, you are going to immediately take this from me and increase your wild income by 1. That is one of the only ways to increase your wild income.
And that's how you move this bad
Correct.
boy up.
Yep.
And this resets at the end of every round as well?
The cylinder resets. Your income stays.
It'll go
Your
up.
income
It'll
is
go
permanent
up to
your income. Yep.
to the it'll
Up to the bar.
yep,
Correct.
to the bar. Gotcha.
Yep.
Nice.
This little thing on the left here, does that mean anything? There's a little spaceship.
It
in there.
does.
Oh.
So, the other benefit of this one is that at the end of the round, once everybody has passed or everybody has taken all of the actions that they can, you get to take an additional action
With that ship.
with this particular ship. It can only be at the moon, so there is that caveat, and you are going to be last, so a lot of these spaces are going to be they're going to be covered and blocked.
Right.
However, we're going to add spaces as we go.
Right.
We'll go over how that happens. So it's very good late game. Beginning of the game, you won't see a lot of people going there unless they're just trying to raise their wild up.
Gotcha.
One other thing before I move on to the world actions, you'll notice that there is a rocket ship on some of the workers' placement spaces, and there isn't on some of the others. What this means is that at the end of the round, after during the cleanup phase, any rockets that are in this are coming over to the world to act next round. Any of them that are down here on the world on these spaces are going to go up to the moon.
Oh, okay.
So the rockets just switch areas.
Only in these particular spaces. So it's not the end of the world, but
Ha.
thank you. It's not always great to have all of your rockets on one area of worker placement, especially at the 4 players, because we're going to be blocking each other constantly from the good stuff, especially early game. I would say, for the most part, early on, try to have at least one rocket in each area, so you don't have to pay the battery and spend a turn waiting to take an action.
Yeah.
So then the ones over here, we've got mostly income-based things. So the very first one I'm going to go over is the same as up at the moon. It's going to be the escape route, the evacuation plan. So this is going to be go up on the green track. Again, it's going to cost you biomatter to do so. This is going to be go up on the green track per world tag that you have. This is going to let you buy a card per number of world tokens you have. Again, you also have to pay the cost. Also remember, for every card that you buy, the next card increases by 1. So even if I bought 3 cards on my turn, each of those would be 1 more than the last one that I bought. This one here is going to be to either buy a single card or gain a single wild resource. That is movement of the cylinder, not of your income track.
And I imagine this means everyone can go there as much
Correct.
So everyone can get a new card or get a resource.
Correct.
And
Yep.
But while paying the cost of the card.
Yes,
Okay.
you will have to pay the cost of
The
the card.
resource is free?
Yes, the resource is free.
And is this the only way to buy cards? Or are there
Hilariously,
cards that let you buy
cards
cards?
will let you buy cards,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
These may open up card buying areas
Got
as
it.
well. These were randomly selected. There are more of the A and B.
And when we go here, do we actually...
You move the cylinder immediately. Yep. These ones are very similar to what we just went over with the wild here. Gain 2 batteries, gain 3 batteries, gain 2 batteries per world tag, 3 brains, 2 brains per world tag, so on and so forth. This is
Right.
how you get your resources. This is the primary way you're going to advance in the game.
When we play cards that have tags, do those count towards our
Yes.
tags?
Yes.
Or just
Yes.
sorry.
Correct.
So
Yep.
I missed about 45% of the teach, so I'll be asking a lot of questions
Totally
as we
fine.
play.
So tags on your board are going to be one way that you have tags, but the blue and the green cards specifically will have tags on them. I
Okay,
think there's
cool.
a very rare instance where there's like 2 yellow cards that have tags
When
on
we
them.
buy cards, we're buying them from here?
You're buying them from this particular market here.
Gotcha.
At the end of these rounds here, we will get rid of the 3rd row, slide them over, add a new row.
Roger.
Again, it's not your traditional market. These cards aren't more expensive than these cards. We just keep them in order and slide them so that we know
They're
what
just
we're
there
getting.
temporarily.
Right. Yep. So it'll still progress through.
Got it.
Okay. At the end of every round, like I said, we're going to randomly draw a number of cubes out of the bag and place them out here if they match the color. If they are asteroids, they cause the asteroid to move forward faster. So the asteroid is going to move forward 1 space automatically at the end of the round, and then 1 additional space for every black cube that we pull out of here.
And how many are in there?
There are 4, equal to the number of starting players.
Ah.
We will add more every time we hit this.
Got it.
We will add an additional cube per player, so 4 each time we hit one of these. So remember, this is one of the ways that the game ends. If the asteroid reaches this space, if one of the pivotal projects reaches one of these spaces, that also triggers the end of the game. This space is going to flip over the first A building. This space is going to add 4 asteroids to the bag and refresh the last row of the market. The other A building, 4 more asteroids and the last 3 cards in the market. The first B building, the second B building. You get the point at this point. So the game end is variable. It depends on how quickly we go on these or how quickly we draw asteroids. And it's a competition for victory points.
So we're going green, right?
I'm okay with whatever packs everybody wants to make. Does anybody have any questions at this point about any part of the game? You are absolutely, of course, welcome to ask them as we play.
I do have a question about, remind me what is, let's say my turn just started, what does my turn look like?
Your turn is going to
Or what are my choices, Leah, look like?
Yep, you're going to have a choice of 1 of 3 actions. Again, you're going to either move 1 of your workers to a worker placement space and resolve whatever's there. You're going to play a yellow, an action card out of your hand and resolve that. Or you're going to pay a battery to move on the express shuttle.
Got it.
Those are your 3 choices. Remember, the blue cards are played in reaction. Meet the condition on the card. Do play the card and get the bottom, or spend it for its tags.
Once I play it,
Yes.
I discard it?
Nope.
Where
it
does
will
it go
stay
again?
face up in front of you.
Okay.
And then at the end of the round, we'll get all our cards
Gotcha.
back. These won't leave
End of
your
the
hand
round,
unless there's
not turn.
End of the round, correct,
Right.
not the turn.
Okay, so be smart when you play them.
Yes.
There's 4 of these. What is this?
That is
Gain 1 science tag.
Yep, science tag.
Oh, that's a science tag. This is a tag.
Get a free
This is-
research. Yep.
Okay.
And raise the bar.
Get a free research or a
It is
free research action.
A free tier 0 research.
Oh, we just get one of these.
You get one of those for free. Your choice.
Swank. Okay. Well, I'm ready to watch you take your turn and then ask about 12 questions and take mine.
Now that we've asked that question and I've said it so many times, let me make sure that is correct.
Oh. You're talking about for this.
Yeah.
Let me look. It
Well,
looks
For
like-
whatever reason, the 3rd time that we clarified, I started doubting myself.
Well, you would get to take this, but you have to pay the cost,
You
right?
might need to pay. Use your suggestions.
That's what I was figuring. You get to take the action. I assume there would be like a braid with a line through it.
Nope. Gain upgrade. This action is the same as buying any level of upgrade using a research action, except there is no knowledge cost. So that is gain.
Oh, it's knowledge,
gain a
not
symbol.
brains. It sounds a lot like we're getting ready to play a.
Say that part
Zombie
again.
game.
What was it?
So this is free, baby. So
Ooh.
you get to just take any one of these for free.
Okay.
Oh, okay. It's okay. The game is confusing me. I'm sorry. This is my fault. This is perform 1 research action. You will pay.
Okay.
Ah.
If it has the chip, it is gain an upgrade of that type. So the second one that will hit
Oh,
is
the
get a
chip.
free
Level
The
research.
1.
chip is free. Okay.
If you see this symbol inside of a chip, like it's printed on your player board, that is gain that upgrade for free. A basic upgrade for
Gotcha.
free.
Okay.
Because
And I
this
choose
is,
which one of those.
you choose one of those. Yep.
And so if I get...
Because
Okay,
sorry,
so
go
if
ahead.
it's this one, gain 1 of these for free.
Correct.
And if there's a 2, it'll be gain 1 of the 2s for free.
Correct.
Right.
So this one, because it doesn't have the chip, is simply the same as this. Do a research action, you must pay for it.
Okay. When I do research, I can do level 1s and 2s,
Correct.
right? Okay, I don't. Okay.
Yep. You
So-
can do whatever you want to and can afford to.
So when I do my research, I can use the whole board.
Correct.
Here. Okay. This is the only reason I would care. Sorry. Keep cutting you off.
So when we move up here,
Yes.
we do this.
Yes.
When we move to here, we pay.
Yeah. Well, So we're paying for any research here. This one is going to give you a Tech 1 for free.
Oh, okay.
But this first one is research.
When you hit this, do you get these? Are these victory points?
I believe those victory points are immediate. Yes. It is the first person there too, not everyone.
Oh, interesting. Lead the pack.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's the first.
It is only the first.
Okay, so suck it, losers.
I mean, I think we'll be okay. There's a lot of them on the green track, and since we're going for green, we're going to be okay.
Really leaning into it for you. You want to get out of here, huh?
Nah.
I'm,
Just so happens to be my favorite color. That's the only thing there is to it.
I kind of would rather just laser it out of existence, or at least laser it and send it towards a country we don't like as much. Is that an option?
Slightly push it.
That is an expansion.
Shoot it into a tailspin. Okay, so to start the game, everybody is going to get to look at 2 green cards, pick one,
And these are all in
and
game
discard
scoring.
The green cards specifically are end game only scoring. They do have tags in the upper left-hand corner. For the most part, they are going to be 3 and 1 of each.
Oh, so we showed, like, these are open then, and those tags count towards us.
Basically, yes.
Okay, good.
Well, no. You're going to keep it in your hand, and at the time you need to use the tag, you'll spend the card, because the trick is you won't have those 3 tags available to you at all times, only when you spend the card. So you've got to make the choice as to, are you going to spend it for its world, its science?
But once we spend it, it's there.
It's in front of
and we
us.
score on it at the end.
Yes, but at the end of the round, they're going to come back up into your hand. So you'll be able to use this card 4 tags multiple rounds, just once per round.
Okay.
And remind me, how do we race our baselines, as they call them? Which is the income?
The income?
Oh,
well, one way is
Tacking the
here.
top right.
Are these one times? No.
No. Those are anytime you do a research, you can pay knowledge to do that.
Or anytime you move up on this track per round?
Which will give you a research.
It's per round or per
it's
turn?
Per turn.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And it's once per turn, no matter how many spaces you move on that turn.
What was 1 per turn? Once per turn?
Getting the benefit of the end of the track. Yep.
These, as long as I can afford, I can keep piling them up.
Equal to the number of actions that you're allowed. So if you put your worker here, you're getting to do research 3 times. This is only 2. This is only 1.
Mm-hmm. So the world token is its own thing, right?
Yes.
It's not a wild for the other 2?
Correct.
Okay, so all 3 things are separate.
All 3 things are separate, but I will caveat that with, if you look at your Tech 1 column, the 4th space down is going to basically turn your science tags into wild tags. Spend science tags as any of the 3 tag types. So that upgrade is pretty good, especially if you do pink early and get science tags. This is one of the only ways that I know of to get science tags.
Ah, okay.
Besides them being on cards.
Right, okay.
Or here, you can just get a tag for paying 2.
That is correct.
Yeah. This is a tough choice already.
No, mine was pretty easy.
I mean, yeah, I'll take your none.
This.
So there's 13 total on
Sure.
those.
I'm going to trust you because you just counted them.
Well,
I don't know.
I think I'll take this one, and then that goes back to you, sir.
Oh, it's the same thing. Okay. But one is more useful than the other. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, I think everything looks stable. We're not going to be going back and forth anymore, right?